You're listening to Retro Rewind with Dave Harris. One-on-one.
Retro Rewind.
Why do sometimes we find these like young kids that are in the movies or in music or whatever coming out of the clubs at 2, 3 in the morning, shooting the finger at the paparazzi? Go to Denny's, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Go to Denny's if you don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
Don't go to Mr. Chow's
Right, exactly.
and where whatever they are.
You're going to be seen.
Well,
and
just,
you know this.
Just go and perform. The curtain comes down, you're finished. That's it. Don't go spending your money. My kids grew up as normal children. My eldest is 40, Talia. Sarah's 37. Jessica's 27. And Annabelle Jones is 20. Annabelle Jones, pick her up. She's a Lady and the Lost Boys on MySpace or Google or whatever it is. Lady and the Lost Boys. She's an amazing little songwriter, great little singer, and hopefully she'll see the light and come over to America and thrill and delight the audiences here too. She performs in England all the time, but I think it's MySpace. Lady and the Lost Boys, Annabelle Jones.
We'll find a link from our website and link up to her.
It would be lovely to do that.
Sure, absolutely. Now, let's talk a little bit. You do about 30 or 40 dates a year, is that right, Davy?
It all depends, We talked about doing more dates last year. We hooked ourselves up with a great agent, Mike Pick, and he's in Hollywood there. And we talked about going out with David Cassidy and doing a show called The Ultimate Idols.
All right.
But Dave and I did a few shows together, and his show is different than what my show is, and that's good. And I was more thinking about him and I doing a couple of tunes together and doing some shtick. I knew his father, Jack Cassidy, and Shirley Jones back in the 60s, when I was in New York on Broadway. I had lunch with Judy Garland at the Russian Tea Room. I sang with her at Carnegie Hall. We went out to Fire Island on the weekends with Dudley Moore and Tony Newley and Joan Collins and all the people that were on Broadway at the time. That was the start of the English invasion. And I thought it would be a wonderful thing for David and I to do something, because each time we've been together and performed, we've sold everything out. But it hasn't worked out, and I didn't do as many dates as I thought I would do. But maybe next year, if you check my webpage once again, I know I have a collection of dates. I told you about them right here. They're not bad. I've just started booking these for next year. In Duluth on the February the 7th, and then American Garden Theatre at Epcot Center for a couple of nights in March, and March again. Let me see. Then we're going to be in New Jersey on the 27th of March next year, and
It's weird. I used to live there.
Rosemont Theatre. Oh, really? Oh my God, Mansfield, Ohio?
Yes.
Well, something there in the Midwest. There was always a major. Midwest was always a major market for the Monkees. Come here. This is my dear friend, my love. This is Jessica Pacheco. Okay.
She made it all happen for us today, which we appreciate.
For me, we've been in love now for the last couple of years. So
I just do his hair. That's it.
She just does my hair.
Well, your hair looks great.
Well, I don't touch it these days because it's like it's going grey. But it doesn't matter. It might be an old grey cottage, but there's still a fire burning in the grate.
Yeah, I'm very fascinated with you. I didn't know that you would have, all this kind of energy and all these thoughts. I didn't know that, I just thought maybe it's something you turned on when you perform, but this is you, huh?
Well, I try to, my last song I wrote was a song that said, "Remember me the way you hoped I'd be." And I've seen, as I said earlier on, so much bad behavior in the business. And it's best that, everybody's not thought of the same. So try to set an example, and don't tell me I'm a goody two-shoes, because I still like a fight, okay? All right? So if you want any, don't mess around.
He's a scrapper.
Because I'll kick your ass, okay? All right? So, I handle 1,200-pound horses, okay? It's not like something that I look to, but I'm a kind of guy that would step in, if I see somebody pulling somebody around, or when children are being treated less than kind, I've had confrontations with mothers and fathers in supermarkets and things. It gets a little drastic.
It must be pretty shocking for that to happen, huh?
Well, it sort of is. It must be shocking when Bobby Sherman sort of is on call, and he's a paramedic with the L.A. Police Department. All of a sudden somebody wakes up and getting mouth to mouth from Bobby Sherman. You go, oh, it's Bobby Sherman.
To get injured more often.
You're right. That's about it. Right. The girls, anyway.
Right. Yeah. At least. Let's talk about your Christmas single here real quick. You were telling us about it. You were contacted a couple of weeks ago out of the blue?
Yeah, it's called It's Christmas, and it was an English company. And once again, I can't... I'm not very good at it.
It's all very fresh.
All I can tell you is what it is. It's so we can connect, all right? And I'm telling you, it's not about dollars and cents. I don't even have a deal with these guys, but it is going to be on what do you call that?
Like iTunes and Rhapsody?
iTunes in Australia, in Canada, in Europe, in Japan, and it's going to be Rhapsody and Napster and, Amazon and all that stuff. But just, it's a fun... Christmas, da 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 da. It's here, it's Christmas time. It's like, let's make this Christmas fine. It's really just a very general little song. I write songs all the time. I've written a lot of songs. I really enjoy writing songs. And I was on Chris Carter, Breakfast with the Beatles, Sunday morning. I don't know if you've ever heard the show, but
absolutely.
Yeah, and he's a dear man, and he plays the Beatles all the time. And he played a song of mine, and I hadn't heard it since I recorded it 40 years ago. I wrote a song, I'm going to write me a song, gonna get me some singers, the Beatles would do fine. If only they were together, they would make my song a number one. And I did. And I went, where did you get that from? He says, well, never mind, I get these things. But I write them, but not because I have... aspirations to have them go into the charts. I have lots of albums that I've made and written lots of tunes. It's just an expression of my poetry that I put to music. I'm not a great guitar player, but I love to play, and I sit and I write, and it's just an exercise, an instrument. Don't tell me you used to be a drummer. Don't tell me you used to play the bass or used to play the guitar. You do, right. And do it. Yeah. Break away for a moment. It's like... It's not, get out of the schedule, the ritual of mowing the lawn on a Saturday. You don't do it in the winter, so what do you do with that time? Go up into the attic, get your instrument out and start strumming, or start playing your drums, or doing whatever you're doing.
Retro Rewind!
With Dave Harris.